Hello again, everyone. This is Richard Weil, and I'm the principal and owner of National Restaurant Consultants, and we welcome you into our NRC Helpful Moment number 142, 142nd edition of the NRC Helpful Moment. And as always, we welcome in Mr. Brian Devine from Top Line Management, Cafe Fuel. Brian, how are you this wonderful fall afternoon?
I am well, thank you. How about yourself, Richard?
We're doing great, getting ready for hopefully some of our operators and food service folks having a great weekend, promoting Halloween. We've got the World Series, we've got football. This is one of those times of year you've got the big four sporting events to hopefully help promote. Hopefully it helps your business. Some restaurants it kind of hurts depending where you're located, but if you're down in the Southeast or the Southwest with the Astros and the Braves, you got to be pretty happy up there. And that's taking some things to the next level. And of course, the fall changing of leaves up in New England, a little cooler, wetter weather out in California this week. Hopefully no one got hurt and not any loss of property or damage. But we definitely are in change of seasons, which is part of today's conversation. What do we need to do to change? What do we need to do to change our way of thinking and how to attract and retain staff? And it starts with some stepping out of the box ideas. We saw something that was published, I think it was through Nation's Restaurant News this week or last week, about how an operator in Arkansas has created a study hall, if you would, for students, whether high school or college, literally a study hall in their restaurant, giving them paid time to work and study to keep their grades up, and helps them remember why they're in school and what that's all about, but giving them the opportunity of doing it during working hours, not interfering with service, but giving them the time and making the time for it. The operators that I've actually promoted this to that have a lot of students or have quite a few students in the afternoon or evenings, they loved this idea. It's on our blog. It's on our blog, a written part of our blog. So you certainly can find it on our blog. But more importantly, it's education. It's continuing education. It's how you take students to that next level. We have a short video here. I think it's about 45 seconds from the Food Service Institute. We had Alicia Brooks on a few weeks ago from Food Service Institute talking about that. This is a great new video, but more importantly, it'll be a segue into Brian about how video works.
Yes.
How video works.
And before we play that, Richard, I want to point out something in that article about the study hall. One thing that really struck out for me was that they went a step further. And if you got an A,
that's right.
you got a bonus. And if you got a B, it wasn't even a third of the bonus. It was a really small bonus. Anything else, there was no bonus. So not only were they incentivizing workers to come and do their homework while they're at work, but they're saying, hey, we want you to do a really good job because we're going to make sure that if you get an A, you get a bonus. I mean, it was like
that's $100. It was $100 for an A and $20 for a B. And really, it's basically saying that going to school, continuing education, furthering your education, and doing well is a part of what you need to do in your life and your professional and personal life. So, yeah, great point, Brian. I can't believe I forgot that. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's throw this explainer video up. I think this is a good one.
All right, there you go.
College or trade school student interested in the food service industry? Do you wonder how to combine schooling with becoming a food service professional? Food Service Institute is right for you. With our online learning platforms, you can take our certifications at your own pace and convenience from anywhere in the world. You can easily schedule your learning to suit your timing without worrying about a clash with your school time. Visit foodserviceinstitute.com to register today. Food Service Institute, empowering futures.
You know, you can't beat that. That Food Service Institute is all about continuing education, certifications. And you know, these young folks and even folks who've been in the business a long time, earning their certifications. Even myself, a few years ago, I earned my certified master food professional certification a few years back. It meant a lot to me. And I got a certificate, I got a pin, but more importantly, it's on my signature, on my emails, on anything else I do. Get a lot of questions. What is that? What does that mean? Well, what it means is I've dedicated my career to this industry and furthering and continuing my education to take things to the next level of excellence. And excellence is what we're all about at National Restaurant Consultants and why we do this NRC Helpful Moment. If we could be helpful to refer you on to the Food Service Institute or any of these certifications, let us know. This is why we do this. But more importantly, it's about that next step with your business. And that's what Brian's going to talk about today. The power. I'm guessing you're talking about video some more, aren't you, Brian?
I usually do. And obviously we're always on video. I wanted to make sure though that if you are thinking that students are a good place for you to find employees, then use video or anything that for that matter to let people know. So don't just hope that you get some people that are filling out employment sheets and asking to work for you, and then you can tell them about this great program that you have. Tell them right up front. So if you're using Facebook to find employees, you can put that right in there and tell people that you have this great program for people that are going to school, because that will take some of the pressure off. So I want to make sure that you're thinking not just about marketing, but when you're hiring, that you're having to market yourself in a way that you probably haven't had to previously, because we're in such a crunch trying to get people to work. So just think about how you can market yourself, and doing something like this can really help you stand out. And if you create a video kind of like what we just showed for your hiring practice and what it's like to work there, then it can go a very long way, because videos tend to get shared. So if you've got that video and someone's like, hey, I think this is a great place for you to work and you're going to school, they'll share it with people that they think would be a good match. So take advantage of it. So if this is something that resonates with you and it's a good market for you to find employment, then go ahead and start taking advantage of that.
And track that stuff. You can see how many people have watched a video or how many people are looking at your Facebook, what they're engaging in. We track that every week here, even with the NRC Helpful Moment. We want to see who's engaging and who's seeing that. And we continue to get lots and lots of people to watch this video because we think it resonates well with people to help them in their business. So that's why we do this. And I really like what the Food Service Institute, FSI, is all about. And if Alicia Brooks or Ed Manley are looking at this, or Dave Zander, the folks that are with FSI, great job. Way to go. Keep them engaged. That's what we had for the NRC Helpful Moment this week. It was a little short and sweet, but we believe that that's what you want and that's what you need. So anything else, Brian?
I think that covers everything. Thanks so much, everybody.
All right, bye for now.